Welcome back to JandJPickEm. My name is Josh. Last week I went 6-8, and my overall record's 46-31. I know that doesn't sound good, but last week there's a bunch of upsets, a lot of crazy games. If you had a good record, more than 10 or 11 wins, let us know in the comment section. I'll be happy to hear that. And one thing, I promise, we're not gonna do bad this week. We're gonna get double-digit wins, and we're gonna cash out for you guys.
My name is Juan. Last week I went 6-8, and my overall record is 51-26. Like Josh said, we're gonna cash out this week. And if you got any winning picks or parlays, make sure to drop them down below in the comments, and let's cash out this week.
Hey, let's get into our week 6 picks.
Let's go.
For Thursday Night Football, we got the Eagles versus the Giants. This is going to be a really exciting matchup. I honestly think it could be close. Even though Jackson Dart didn't play good last week, he had 2 interceptions. He had a fumble. Cam Scatterboo had a fumble too. The team isn't looking good overall. I feel like they could still score points. It's just they're going to struggle against the Eagles. The Eagles have a good defense. And the thing about the Eagles, they got to run the ball. Against the Broncos, they weren't running the ball a lot. Saquon did score, but he had to catch it, and he didn't run. And Jalen Hurts, I think he's a good quarterback when he throws after running, but if he throws every single time, they're not going to win. But for this matchup, give me the Eagles. The Eagles are going to win this matchup. They're going to play a lot better, and Saquon Barkley's coming for revenge against the Giants.
Yeah, for this one, Saquon Barkley is going to make the Giants regret trading him. For this one, come on, I got the Eagles. It's going to be a division matchup, so, these are division matchups. They play each other twice a year. They know each other very good. So, you can never expect a team to blow each other out,
Very true.
A team that's expected to lose like the Giants can, come back and win. But for this one, Jalen Hurts, you don't need to throw the ball so much. You got Saquon Barkley for a reason. For this one, I think they need to go back to their basics, They're not a team that has Jalen Hurts throwing the ball, 38 times? This is a team that sticks to running the ball, on first down, like you said, and then creating those short plays where you pick up that easy first down. For this one, Eagles, come on, there's no way they lose to Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart, his era's over. But for this one, we both got the Eagles.
Yes, sir. For our next matchup, we have another early game, 3 weeks in a row where we have an international game. We got the Broncos versus the Jets. I don't think there's going to be a good game, bro. The Jets played horrible against the Cowboys, and it was a secondary. Dak Prescott was throwing to people I didn't even know were on the team. I was like, what's happening with this defense? Justin Fields did all right. Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall are always going to do their thing, but I feel like they just don't do enough to win games, especially at the end when it matters. And most of their points just came from garbage time.
It's garbage points.
Like, anyone could do that. Derek Carr did that all the time with the Raiders. As for the Broncos didn't do anything crazy. The only thing I really liked about the Broncos is their aggressiveness. They went for a 2-point conversion when they could have tied the game, and that's what made them win the game because they made the Eagles throw the ball. And the Broncos defense, Nick Bonito. If you don't know his name, he's one of the best linebackers in the league. He's carrying the Broncos defense, and that defense is legit. They were holding the Eagles, which is a really good offense. And for that reason, I'm taking the Broncos in this early morning game, and they're going to beat the Jets.
For this one, come on. You got to go with the Broncos. Bo Nix, he's on fire right now. He came off one of his biggest games. He picked the Eagles, the Super Bowl champions. Come on, he can't come back and lose to the New York Jets. Justin Fields, I feel like the way for the Jets to have an opportunity to win this game is Justin Fields has to use his legs to extend these plays. Use Garrett Wilson, But the thing is, he's targeting them towards the end of the game where it's like the game's over. Target them from the start of the game. Justin Fields, I feel like he can put up a good game, but at the end of the day, they got sacked 5 times last week. Come on. This is a team, the Broncos defense is on fire, and honestly, if the Broncos defense don't win this game, that offense is going to be balling out. But for this one, we both got the Broncos.
For our next matchup, we got the Seahawks versus the Jaguars. Duval. Nah, crazy. Hey, the Jaguars against the Chiefs, they were impressive. But it
Caught me by surprise. I'm not going to lie.
But their secondary, Lloyd, he had a 99-yard pick six. Amazing. Trevor Lawrence fell on the floor towards the end, but he still scored a touchdown for the win. And the Jaguars are impressing me this year. They're 4-1, which surprises me so much. And as for the Seahawks, they played the Bucs last week, and their defense looked horrible. Baker Mayfield was throwing a bunch of touchdowns, especially to Igbuka. But Sam Darnold, he did his thing, except at the end, he threw the interception, lost the game for his team. But the thing about the Seahawks, they scored 35 points still, and they put up a really good game. Kenneth Walker's still there. Jackson Smith-Njigba scored a huge... He had so many yards and a touchdown. And for that reason, Call me crazy. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. I trust them a lot more. I know the Jaguars are playing so good and they're at home, but something's telling me that the Seahawks are going to win this game.
Yeah, for this one, I'm not going to take the bait. As much as the NFL wants me to go with the Jaguars, I'm not doing it. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence at all. For this one, I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Come on. Smith and Chiva, it's about a smash. I think he's going to have a great game. Honestly, this is going to be a high-scoring game. I want this to be a great game, where it comes down to the end. But for this one, I don't know. I just trust Sam Darnold a lot more than Trevor Lawrence. You know how I feel about Trevor Lawrence. I'm not a big fan of him. But I do have to say, he's been balling out. He's been proving us wrong. So for this one, it's a 50-50 game, For this one, you either take the bait with the Jaguars or you cash out with the Seahawks. And that's why I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Hey, same here. For our next matchup, we got the Chargers versus the Dolphins. This is going to be a really good matchup. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring matchup, and it's going to be a quarterback duel. Justin Herbert, he didn't do too well last week, but they still got the weapons. They got Keenan Allen, Q. They got Ladd McConkey, finally scored a touchdown. But the thing for them is they just lost Amari Hampton. He's on IR. Yeah. But Haskins and Vidal, I feel like they could do their thing. As for the Dolphins, we told you guys the Panthers were going to beat them. They couldn't keep a lead, 17-0. Such an embarrassing way to lose. But the thing we're wrong is Tua scored 3 touchdowns. He looked amazing. Yeah. Darren Waller got a touchdown. He stopped rapping, played football. Yeah. He's doing good in his career now. And Jalen Waddle without Tyreek Hill is looking amazing. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. But the reason I'm taking the Chargers for this matchup is it's going to be a duel. And if I trust one quarterback more, it's Justin Herbert. And for that reason, give me the Chargers winning this game.
Yeah, for this one, look, I really want to go with the Dolphins, but I don't know. I can't. For this one, Justin Herbert is going to show the Dolphins why they shouldn't have skipped on them. For this one, I got the Chargers. I feel like, he's finally... I think this might be the game where he uses McConkey. Finally, he has that big game. Because, I don't know, there's a reason I didn't draft him in fantasy football. I knew he was going to have that slump. But for this one, he needs to step up. He's in that team for a reason. I feel like he hasn't had that big game yet. Yeah. This could be it,
Yeah, you're right.
For this one... run the ball more with A-Chain. I don't know, how many did he have, less than 20 rushing yards? For this one, I think if the Dolphins want to keep it close, use that run game to your advantage, The Chargers, they have no run game right now. And, the Dolphins, with A-Chain, I feel like he's a really good running back where he can create those plays to help extend, get those first downs to help that team. But for this one, bro, I got to go with the Chargers. Justin Herbert's just been playing too good. He had 2 bad games, but I think he'll bounce back and get the dub.
Yeah, we both got the Chargers winning this game. For our next matchup, we got the Rams versus the Ravens. If you're ready for a massacre or a blowout, this is your game right here. The Rams are going to blow these guys out. Cooper Rush looked horrible. 3 interceptions last game against the Texans. The Texans are like, whatever, but they shouldn't be smoking you 44-10. Yeah. That's crazy. The Ravens, I don't even have much to say. All aspects, special teams, defense, offense looked horrible. Yeah. As for the Rams... turnover problems. Kyren Williams fumbled close to the goal line. The Niners capitalized. Horrible coaching towards the end. It's 4th down. You could tie the game in overtime. Kick the field goal instead of running at the 1-yard line with Kyren Williams. They just need 1 yard. It was horrible coaching. But for this game, they're going to execute and they're going to coach a lot better. Yeah. And you know what? They're still amazing. Matthew Stafford still threw 3 touchdowns. Puka's still there. Adams is still there. Kyren Williams got 2 touchdowns in the receiving game. So I have no doubt that the Rams are going to win this game. Yeah. And it's going to be a blowout just like last week against the Texans for the Ravens.
Yeah, for this one, come on. The Ravens just got smacked by the Texans. You think that's not going to happen with the Rams? For this one, I got the Rams. I feel like Matthew Stafford. Honestly, last week with the 49ers, the Rams should have won. But, the refs, they did kind of mess up. There was a fumble there, but, they needed to give the Niners a win, make the NFL a little more exciting. But for this one, come on, there's no way the Rams lose this. Puka, Adams, Kyren Williams. Bro, this team got Matthew Stafford as quarterback. I think this is going to be a crazy game, like a blowout game. Bro, the Texans just blew them out. Another blowout game for the Ravens. Ravens, I don't think they're going to be winning no Super Bowl this year. Your hopes are over unless you hand the ball to Derrick Henry. There's a reason why he's the only one that scored a touchdown in this game for this offense, because he's the guy to get the ball to. For the defense, Jair Alexander. There's a reason why the Packers let him go. I'm not mad. I still love him, but come on, get your things together.
We both got the Rams winning this matchup. For our next matchup, we got the Cardinals versus the Colts. I love how the Colts are playing, except against my Raiders. They shouldn't have smacked us that hard. Jonathan Taylor had 3 touchdowns, played really amazing. Yeah. He should have had a 4th, but Amir Abdullah, he wanted revenge against the Raiders. He stole one from him. Yeah. But the Colts look amazing, and Daniel Jones didn't have to do anything. And their defense, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. They made Geno Smith look horrible, but Geno Smith is already horrible. So yeah, it was easy for them to do that. As for the Cardinals, bunch of easy mistakes. They choked the lead too, just like the Dolphins last week. And 1 yard line, DeMarcado, I think that's how you say his name. He dropped the ball. They could have won. Horrible way to lose.
He did cost a lot of people their parlays,
Dude, the Titans, who would have thought they would have beat the
Cardinals?
Cardinals?
Hit's probably the best thing that could have happened.
It's crazy. That game was so funny. The Cardinals had so many chances to win, and they just choked it. For this game, they need better execution. They need to play a lot better, and they got to be disciplined.
Yeah.
You seen the coach hit that running back. He tried to do something. He got fined $100K. Yeah. That's his fault, but discipline your players in a better way, and this team has to play a lot better. But for this game, give me the Colts. They just smacked the Raiders. They played amazing. Daniel Jones didn't have to do anything, but for this game, he's going to feed Warren and all his guys.
Yeah, for this one, come on. The Colts have been on fire. Daniel Jones, he's probably been having... This is his best season,
Easily.
There's a reason why the Colts brought him from the Giants. Yep. For this one, I'm going to go with Daniel Jones and the Colts. Kyler Murray, he might wear a guardian cap, to protect himself from the football hitting his helmet again.
Yep.
Bro, how does that even happen?
Concussion?
Yeah, concussion from a football to the helmet is crazy. For this one, Kyler Murray, he's obviously going to use his feet to extend the plays. Use Marvin Harrison a lot more. Yeah. For this one, McBride, he needs to step up,
Tell me about it,
He's that tight end that's usually balling out for this team. Usually have more receiving yards than the Marvin Harrison, who's the wide receiver. And for this one, come on, I feel like the Colts... Daniel Jones has so many options, Yeah. It doesn't matter who's there. Everyone's wide receiver 1. Kind of like the Packers, It doesn't matter. Chill. Tyler Warren will get the ball. Pittman, Downs, it don't matter. All of them are getting the ball. Daniel Jones is going to keep scoring, keep moving the ball, keep getting first downs.
Yep.
Bro, there's no way the Cardinals get the win. Colts are getting the win at home.
Yep. For our next matchup, we got the Cowboys versus the Panthers. This is probably going to be a close game. Yeah. I honestly don't even know who to go with right now. But last week, we told you guys the Panthers are going to win. Bryce Young, at the end, came back, won the game for them. Yeah. And you know what? They played pretty good. But I will say, the thing about the Panthers is they were down 17-0. So they can make it very sloppy, very fast. Yeah. And the Cowboys did exactly that last week. They won a game, and they won it by a blowout fashion. Yeah. And it was amazing the way they won against the Jets. And Dak Prescott, no CeeDee Lamb, no problem. Yeah. 4 touchdowns. He fed that random guy, dude, out of Flournoy, whatever his name is. And Jake Ferguson, he's looking amazing this year. Really good tight end. George Pickens caught a touchdown too. Javonte Williams, I did not think he was going to be this good. Yeah. But the Cowboys are looking good without CeeDee Lamb. And for that reason, give me the Cowboys winning this matchup. I know Bryce Young looked good and the Panthers looked good last week, but I don't trust them, especially if they go down like they did last week, 17-0. I know they came back, but the Cowboys, I feel like they could keep scoring, and for that reason, I got them winning this week.
Yeah, for this one, honestly, I think the Panthers can stay in the game just because the Cowboys' defense is horrible.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. But for this one, you got to make sure that offense also keeps up with Dak Prescott. Bryce Young, he can't be throwing those interceptions, especially against the Cowboys, because if Dak Prescott gets a hold of that ball and scores touchdowns, he doesn't go for field goals. Yep. He scores touchdown. He's been balling out on my fantasy football team. For this one, come on. I got to go with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's been playing. Look, Dak Prescott's been balling out. The team, they've been messing up, but they don't have no defense. For this one, I honestly think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think this is going to be, both teams are going to hit 30s. Sheesh. And honestly, I think the Panthers are going to be able to keep up, but then Dak Prescott going to do his thing and, come in clutch at the end and get the win. But for this one, I would not be surprised if the Panthers,
Yeah, me
Bryce
too.
Young maybe came out with the win just because this Cowboys defense is so bad. You can't trust them. And Bryce Young, he has had some good games, so you can't doubt him either. But for this one, we both got the Cowboys.
For our next matchup, we got the Patriots versus the Saints. How about them Patriots beating the Buffalo Bills, who are a legit team? Hey, and I said it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots won last game. Yep. Division matchups. We always say division matchups are close. And Drake May, I'm a believer. I believe in you. 5th leader right now in passing yards. He has a lot of touchdowns too. He didn't have one last game, but he didn't need to. Their run game played amazing. Their defense is legit. I like the Patriots. They're a playoff contender. People don't believe me. They're not making a Super Bowl, obviously. They're not that good. Like, they're not good, but I have a feeling they're going to make playoffs this year. And their schedule coming up is pretty easy. And one of them is the Saints. The Saints played amazing last week, though. Spencer Rattler got his first win. I know he's happy. He kept that game ball. And Rashid Shaheed, 87-yard bomb. Nice touchdown. Chris Olave's getting involved. Alvin Kamara, though, you got to be more involved in this offense. But for this game, give me the Patriots. Their defense is playing better. I like Drake May. And Stephon Diggs said, Cardi B, I got you. Let me put up over 100 yards, a lot of receptions, and he balled out, and the Patriots win.
Yeah, for this one, I'm not going to lie. Drake May, I seen what he could do, but I still have that doubt. But for him to come and beat Josh Allen, the MVP, that's crazy, Maybe Tom Brady is back, in a different form, and Drake May. But for this one, come on, I got to go with the Patriots. There's no way you go with the Saints, Spencer Rattler won his first game against, it was the Giants who, Jackson Dart,
bunch of turnovers.
He only had one game where he won, but they found the scheme right away and they took him down. For this one, I think the Patriots are going to smash, Honestly, that defense is scary. Any team going up against that defense, but Spencer Rattler, who's only had one win in his NFL career, it's not going to go good for him. He's probably going to have to give those balls up to the other team. But, he's going to be throwing interceptions. For sure. That's a lot for the week. Interceptions from Spencer Rattler. But for this one, we both got the Patriots cashing out.
Yep. For our next matchup, we got the Browns versus the Steelers. The Steelers are coming off a bye week, so they're nice and healthy. Jalen Warren didn't play the last game, but he's going to play this game most likely. And Kenneth Gainwell did really good in his absence. Aaron Rodgers threw a really nice ball to DK Metcalf the last time they played. And the Steelers are rocking and rolling, and the defense is pretty good. As for the Browns, Joe Flacco just left. He's with the Bengals. Dylan Gabriel's the number 1 starter for them. And you know what? He did pretty good against the Vikings. He had that game in the bag. They're about to win. But, Carson Wentz and the Vikings came back, scored, and they won that game. But Quishon Judkins, he's a real deal. He's a really good running back. And I feel like Dylan Gabriel could do pretty decent. It's a division matchup. I've seen the Browns beat the Steelers before when they've been trash, bro. And, the Steelers have a good defense every year. And somehow the Browns always end up winning one of these games somehow. But for this matchup, I got to be safe. Pick the better team. And that's the Steelers. Better defense. Aaron Rodgers is going to feed Metcalf. And the running game is pretty good.
Yeah, for this one, the Steelers, they're coming off the bye. The Browns, they're traveling from London. A lot of, they're probably tired. They got smacked they didn't get smacked. They lost to the Vikings. For this one, come on, I got to go with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers wants to win this division, and honestly, he can. There's no one stopping him but the Browns this week, And that's the team that, this is a big game for the division and just, in general, because it's going to, this division it's not over, we know the Ravens are going to most likely come back because of their easy schedule coming up. But for this one, Steelers, they know they need to win this game if they want to get that advantage. And that's a big reason why I think Mike Tomlin's going to talk to that defense. And they're going to play Steelers defense. If Steelers defense, they show up. TJ Watt is going to get to the quarterback. And look, the Browns quarterback, Gabriel, bro, he's not going to have a fun day. He's going to get smacked. He's going to get destroyed. For this one, Steelers defense is going to win them this game. Aaron Rodgers needs to step up, though, because I've noticed he's been a little sluggish. But I think he'll be able to do enough to help the team win.
Yeah, get your towels out because the Steelers are going to smoke the Browns. For our next matchup, we got the Titans versus my Raiders. My Raiders are straight up trash, bro. We got smoked by the Colts. Such an embarrassing loss. Geno Smith, worst quarterback in the league, easily. No one's worse than him. Leads the league in interceptions, no yards. Actually, he has a lot of yards because we're playing from behind the whole game.
Losses.
Brock Bowers didn't play the last game. Genty did all right, but our team is horrible. We have nothing looking forward, and our defense is trash. JT just ran all over our offense. Or on our defense.
Tank for Manning?
Hey, tank for Manning, tank for someone. As for the Titans, impressive win against the Cardinals. It was a funny game, dude. The one fumble into the end zone for a touchdown. The Cardinals fumble on the 1 yard line. It's a funny way to win. but they found a way to win.
Yeah.
Ugly win, but they found a way. Cam Ward, you know what? He's a decent quarterback. He gave Ridley the ball a lot.
He's been improving a lot more, and he finally didn't have an interception.
And you see it every week how he's improving. And honestly, I probably should take the Titans to win this game, but I'm being a homer. Give me the Raiders to win this matchup. I feel like Geno Smith is going to throw the ball a lot. He's going to throw interceptions this game, but I feel like he's going to also throw a lot of touchdowns. Jacoby Myers is going to do well. Hopefully, Brock Bowers could come back in this game. I'm not sure if he's coming back, but hopefully he does. Ashton Jeanty, I'll say this. We've seen his breakout 2 weeks ago, but he's going to have another great game against the Titans who struggle on run defense. So I got the Raiders winning this matchup at home.
Yeah, for this one, it's the battle of the 1-4 teams. Both teams looking for their second win of the year. For this one, I want to go with the Titans because, Cam Ward's been looking nice and Calvin Ridley finally had that big game. But I got to go with Geno Smith. I don't like this pick just because I don't think Geno Smith knows what team he got traded to. He keeps throwing to the wrong team. Someone needs to tell him, you're on the Raiders.
Yep.
Throw it to throw it to your Raiders receivers or hand it to Jainty, bro. Yep. I don't know why they're not handing it to Jainty a lot more, but this is the game where if you want to win the game, Jainty is going to win this game.
100%.
And that's a key for this game. Don't give the ball to Geno Smith. Well, he got to get the ball, but don't let him air it out. Give Jainty the ball to the point where he doesn't have to keep throwing the ball because Geno Smith throws too many interceptions.
Yep.
And, if he's throwing the ball like that, the Titans are going to win. But for this one, I got the Raiders.
Same here. For our next matchup, we got the 49ers versus the Bucks. Laser Mayfield did amazing against the Seahawks last week. He threw for a bunch of yards, a bunch of touchdowns. And their team looked really good offensively. Egbuka, he's the number one receiver. He's going to take Mike Evans' job. And we were obviously seeing that. The only thing is their defense played pretty bad. Let Sam Darnold throw 4 touchdowns on them. But towards the end of the game, they got that crucial interception, and they won the game. As for the 49ers, Mac Jones, Mac 10, Macaroni Jones, call him what you want. He's doing amazing. No Purcell, no Jennings, no Kittle, no problem. Christian McCaffrey scored a touchdown. He's doing amazing in the receiving game. They're not running the ball efficiently, but they're able to get it done over the air. And they beat the Rams, who's a legit team. I think that's a Super Bowl contending team. And Mac Jones is doing what Brock Purdy can't. It's crazy. And this is their backups. But for this game, give me Laser Mayfield and the Bucks winning. I feel like offensively they're going to do a lot better, and they're going to get turnovers when it matters.
Yeah, for this one, it's going to be a great matchup. Mac Jones is him. Last week, I still can't believe he came out and beat the Rams at their own home too.
Crazy.
Bro, this is a hurt Niners defense. They're not supposed to be doing these type of things. Mac Jones is throwing to washed up receivers. Their defense is hurt. Fred Warner honestly stepped up big time for this game.
Yeah.
And for this one, he's not going to be able to do it, though. For this one, I got Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield are going to humble the Niners. They keep talking Super Bowl. Relax. It's too early to be talking about that. But for this one, look, the game plan, I was telling you, Baker Mayfield. He's the only reason why I'm going with this team. If it was any other team, I think this is going to come down to basically what quarterback plays better, and I think that's going to be Baker Mayfield. Mac Jones, he had his great games, but his time's up. Baker Mayfield's about to show him a little lesson and get the win.
We both got the Bucks winning this matchup.
For the next game, we got my Green Bay Packers going up against the Bengals. For this one, our cameraman is actually going to be at the game.
That's crazy.
If you follow us on Instagram, JandJPickEm, he might be posting some exclusive pics of the game.
Yeah.
But for this one, I got to go with the Green Bay Packers. Bro, there's no way. Do you guys see that spread? It's that way for a reason. For this one, I think the Packers are going to smash. Look, the Lions, I don't think they covered their spread. What was their spread? Like 15 or something?
Yeah, that's right.
But for this one, the Packers are going to have a huge game. Jordan Love and the Packers, all their receivers are going to ball out this game. Josh Jacobs finally going to have that big game. Honestly, I think it's going to be a blowout. The Bengals are going to get handled. For this one, I don't got nothing good to say for the Bengals besides what they got Joe Flacco. It don't matter, Joe Flacco. You're not going to beat us another time. And if you do, I'm going to be really mad. But for this one, come on. I got the Green Bay Packers cashing out. If you got money on this, put the spread because I'm pretty sure it's going to cover.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game. Honestly, I'm just kidding. It's not, bro. It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
For the Bengals, Joe Flacco, he's most likely going to start. Jake Browning is going to be benched. What does that mean? Chase Brown might have a lot more catches as a running back. Jamar Chase,
I hope not. I really hope he doesn't.
I feel like everyone in the offense takes a step up.
Yeah.
So for me, that's something maybe it might be competitive, but probably not. But for this game, give me the Green Bay Packers. Let me wear this cheese head real quick. When I put on the cheese head, the Packers win. Jordan Love's going to have a great game. Josh Jacobs is going to have a great game. Their defense is going to ball out because Joe Flacco and the Bengals are going to struggle. And it's in Lambeau Field, and our cameraman's going to give us good luck. He's going to be at the game, and it's going to be a crazy matchup. The Packers are going to win this game.
Yeah, and like we said, make sure to follow us on Instagram, JandJPickEm. We'll have our cameraman posting around his whole trip, flying out from the Bay Area all the way to Wisconsin. Record the whole trip. It's going to be pretty cool.
Go Pack, go. For Sunday Night Football, we got the Lions versus the Chiefs. This is such an exciting matchup. This is what I've been looking forward to since the beginning of the season. High-scoring game. I feel like both teams are going to score a lot of points. Patrick Mahomes against the Jaguars last week. Xavier Worthy got the ball a lot. Tyquan Thornton, he got the ball for a lot of receiving yards. And they got no running back, man. Our running back one is Patrick Mahomes. This dude's running for his life every single play. And if anyone's going to do better than him, it's just Lamar Jackson and him. And Josh Allen, the best quarterbacks. But Mahomes is so good running out of the pocket, throwing the ball, or just running himself. And we've seen that last week against the Jaguars. Their defense just struggled towards the end against Trevor Lawrence. As for the Lions, probably one of the best offenses in the league. Dude, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon St. Brown's looking like the best receiver with Puka Nacua. Both of those two guys are looking amazing. But the Lions are such a great team. It's so easy to go with the Lions here. I feel like they're the better team. Obviously, they're 4-1. The Chiefs are 2-3. They just lost to the Jags. Josh likes choosing trash teams, bro. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs winning at home. They just came from a loss from the Jaguars. I feel like they're playing for revenge right now. And we're just talking about the Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes game when the Rams played the Chiefs and Jared Goff won that game 54-51. Are we going to see another 100-point combined game? Maybe, but call me crazy. I choose upsets. I know the Chiefs are actually favored, but in my opinion, this sounds like an upset. So give me the Chiefs to win this game.
Yeah, for this one, look, the Chiefs are a team that they win big games. Last week, they lost to the Jaguars. Basic game, But when it comes to big games, for some reason, they find a way to win. And another thing we always say in this channel, never bet against the Chiefs. But this week, I'm not going to take my own advice. I got to go with the Lions. Bro, they're on fire right now. I feel like Jared Goff, you can't go up against them. The Chiefs are not the same Chiefs team that they were last year, Everyone, honestly, last season, everyone thought this was going to be the Super Bowl. And all of a sudden, look where the Chiefs are. They're not in the same position as they were last year. And that's why you got to go with the Lions. Laporta, he finally got his first touchdown, which, hopefully builds up some confidence. But I feel like no matter what, Jared Goff is going to get the ball to receivers. The Chiefs, they have no run game,
None.
Who's going to run the ball? Patrick Mahomes every time? No. Isaiah Pacheco, time to get rid of that guy. He's like an Ezekiel Elliott on the Cowboys. This guy is straight up trash. Patrick Mahomes, maybe he can start at running back because that's basically what he's been doing. For this one, I got the Lions. Come on. I don't know. I can see why you're going to go with the Chiefs, but the Lions should be able to handle this game.
This is going to be an amazing game. Make sure you watch this Sunday Night Football game. For Monday Night Football, we got the Bills versus the Falcons. I feel like this could be a surprisingly good matchup. Falcons are coming off a bye week. They got Drake London. Bijan Robinson is a really good running back. And Michael Penix Jr., I feel like, is playing a lot better. Or he's inconsistent, but he can have some good games.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
Yeah, and for the Bills, they just came off a loss from the Patriots, but it's still Josh Allen and the Bills. Kincaid and Shakira are playing really good. And James Cook had an off game, but James Cook is still Cook. And we always say he's cooking. And the Bills have such a great offense. And for this game, I feel like I'm not going to go... I'm just choosing the favorite here. Give me the Buffalo Bills to win. Their offense is way better, and I feel like they're going to bounce back, learn from that loss they had last week, and they're just going to win this matchup, and I got the Bills winning.
Yeah, for this one, the Bills had a bad game last week, but, it was a division matchup. It was against the Patriots, who Drake May, he's been balling out, having a good game. But for this one, look, MVP Josh Allen, I understand, I'm taking a big risk with this one. But look, it's Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. For this one, look, I'm holding it. Yep, I'm going to go with the Falcons. This is a crazy pick. I know it sounds crazy. But sometimes Monday Night Football, it's a random game, and then another thing, so many upsets. Yeah. I think this is a game where everyone's going to look on survival pools. People are going to choose the Bills, but I think the Falcons are going to put up a fight. And honestly, I'm going to choose them because I feel like if I go with the Bills, I'm going to regret not picking them. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the Falcons this week.
Crazy. Yep. This is going to be a crazy matchup. Pick. Let us know who you guys think is going to win this game. To end off this week, our last Monday Night Football game, we got the Bears versus the Commanders. This game should be an interesting one. The Bears are coming off a bye week. Romo Dunze, wide receiver 1 for them. DeAndre Swift's doing okay. And Caleb Williams, he's hit or miss. But when he plays the Raiders, he always hits. Bro. I don't know what it is. And for the Commanders, Jaden Daniels came back, looked pretty good. Yeah. You know, Juju Watkins, USC WNBA player. Nah, I'm just kidding. His girlfriend, is making him feel really good. That's why he's balling out. Yep. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, looking amazing. Even the receiving game, Deebo Samuel looked amazing. And this is all without McLaurin. The Commanders are looking pretty good. And you know what? This is going to be a close game. I feel like Caleb Williams somehow... They've been having a lot of primetime games, dude. I don't know why, but for this game, give me the Commanders. The Commanders are going to win this matchup. I trust Jaden Daniels and their offense a lot more. They made it to the playoffs before. They're established. They're having a slump this year, but I feel like they're going to get back on track, and I got them winning this game.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, he came back. He went back to right where he was, getting another win. Yeah. And this time, the Bears, I usually hate on the Bears, but this time I do think they're going to play a way better game. Jaden Daniels, I think... right now, we're not sure if McLaurin's going to play. Yeah. But if he does, I think this team will play a lot better and most likely will secure that win. Even, it'll be more of a secure win. Yes. But if he doesn't play, obviously, it's going to be a bigger risk. But Deebo Samuel, wide receiver 1, he stepped up. He said, oh, no McLaurin, no problem. Yeah. I'm stepping up, wide receiver 1. The Niners didn't want me. The Commanders want me, and I'm going to cash out with you guys, and I'm going to win this game for them. I think Deebo Samuel's going to be... the main reason, he has to be the guy to step up because there's no one else on that team that I think can step up for this team. And for the Bears, like you said, Odunze, he's been having a great season. Amazing. I really doubted him. I thought DJ Moore was going to be that guy. I don't know why, but I got to respect Caleb Williams. He's been playing a lot better. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a one-score difference for the game. Yeah. But for this one, I got to go with the Commanders.
Same here. Next up, we got our spreads of the week. For my spreads, I got the Bucks -2.5, the Chiefs -2.5, and the Steelers -5.5.
Yep. For my spreads, I got the Buccaneers -2.5, the Lions +2.5, and the Falcons +3.5.
And for the best segment of the week, we got Parlays of the week. This is where we give you an opportunity to cash out and make some money with our parlays. For my parlay, I got the Packers, the Bucks, and the Colts.
Yeah, it's a good parlay right there. For my parlay, I got the Colts, the Rams, and the Patriots. Let's cash out.
Hey, let's cash out and let's make this money. Thank you guys for watching another week of JandJPickEm. Last week, there was a bunch of upsets. A lot of people didn't do well, but this week, we're going to ball out and we're going to cash out for you guys. We're going to get double-digit wins, and I'm really excited for this week. It should be a better week of football, and thank you guys for all the support you're giving us. These past weeks, consistently getting over 5, 6, 7K views, and it's because you guys are enjoying our content. And also, thank you guys for all the subs. We're almost at 5K subscribers. We started with zero subscribers 3 years ago, and we're moving up pretty steadily. Yeah. And it's because of you guys. You guys are enjoying our content, and you guys are coming back to our videos, so thank you guys for that.
Yeah, one more thing. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, JandJPickEm. That's where we post any changes to any of our picks. And one more thing, our cameraman is going to be at the Packers game. Yeah. So if you want to see his Lambo experience, make sure to follow us on Instagram. He's going to be posting on our story and posting any of the updates of the game. This was Juan.
This was Josh.
And this was JandJPickEm.